What's up, everyone? It's Mike Andy's landscape business course, and who would have thunk we'd do 2 live streams in one day? Looking forward to this. I'm going to be talking today about something that's very important in my mind, and that is changes being made to the Google rankings. Extremely important for your lawn care and your landscaping business. If you're wanting to build a website, or if you have one, you need to make changes. Yes, I am going to try to sell you on lawncarewebdesign.com. See the little banner right there? I am going to sell you that at the end, all right? So if you're nervous about that, come back to tomorrow's video and it'll be great. But regardless of whether you use Lawn Care Web Design or not, you need to know certain things about Google that they're changing this month, and you need to be on the lookout. And if you have someone that builds your website, you need to have them look over these things, all right? So yes, I'm going to pitch lawncarewebdesign.com. We got to pay the bills, but regardless of whether or not you use this is important information that you need to go over with your webmaster, your web designer, and make sure that things are optimized for these changes coming to Google in June. We do not know exactly what these changes are, but we have a very good hunch based upon the information Google provides us in a very short memo. We kind of know which direction they're going, and we're already starting to test certain things. But I want to give you a heads up. This is definitely something you need to talk about with your webmaster if they're not on top of their game. LawnCareWebDesign.com, everyone that's subscribed with us, they don't need to worry about this stuff. We think about this. We lose sleep over this stuff, so they don't have to. All right, so anyways, let's jump into what could potentially be changing in June. All right, I'm going to actually show you, instead of just hypothetically talking about it, I am going to show you Augusta's website and exactly what I'm talking about here. So, all right, so a couple things that could potentially be changing here in June. When I say potentially, we're pretty confident some of these things are happening, and then other ones we're not 100% sure on until they actually release the changes in the algorithm. So on Augusta Lawn Care AugustaLawnCareServices.com, for example, there's a few things that are going to probably change with this update, all right? First of all, they are not going to like the thing that I'm a massive proponent of, and that is contact form, estimate request form above the fold, i.e. I can see it before I start scrolling down on the web page. They might not be wanting that. They might, the big thing is this: Google is wanting 2 things, design and speed. And they don't want what they call intrusive content anymore. And they're going to penalize people for intrusive content. What is intrusive content? Intrusive content in their mind is asking for people's contact information too soon in the website, i.e. above the fold. This potentially might have to change. I'm going to show you some more websites in just a little bit other lawn care websites. And you're going to see some of them have the contact form up on the side here or on the very top, for example. That might have to change. Again, we're not going to know for sure, but there's a good chance we're going to have to move some things around in terms of design. In terms of speed, they're not liking this whole video action, all right? Even though we compress these files in a way that makes it very quick to load, even on a mobile device, this is still something that they don't like. The reason is because of speed. In India, China, Africa, developing countries where most of Google's growth is coming from right now, they don't have the bandwidth of internet that we have. They don't have as good data on mobile networks. And so Google is really trying to double down on speed and design loadability. So video is going to probably be affected. Contact forms above the fold are probably going to be affected. And the thing they also don't like is pop-ups. So again, they call this intrusive content. This is like when you're trying to exit a page, like you did this, for example, and a pop-up would come and say, hey, before you leave the page, when your cursor moves to the top of the page, it comes up with a pop-up. They're penalizing this kind of code in the back end dramatically. It's considered intrusive, and they're looking at load speed a lot. You can go to Google, Google.com, and then just put in test my site, and you can test your load speed. There's a bigger and bigger part of what they're testing, and that's how fast do things load. Do you have old JavaScript that's going to slow down your site? Do you have HTML that's outdated, or video and picture file sizes that are massive? For example, these pictures are very light. They're less than half a megabyte, but they've been compressed. They're meant for a website. But if you take a 5, 6, 7 megabyte high definition picture and throw it in your website, literally could take this time it takes to load that site, triple it. And it goes from 1 second to 3 seconds, oh, not a big deal. Google's going to penalize for that. And so the reason I'm bringing this up is because regardless of whether or not you use, lawncarewebdesign.com, I'm not really too concerned with that. What I'm concerned about is that people make their website and then they just leave it. They're like, oh, I build it one time and then I don't have to worry about it again. I just let it do its thing. It looks nice and I'm good. when it comes to Google, if you want to stay optimized, SEO, search engine optimization used to be a lot about keywords and tags and making sure your titles and your headers and those things are still relevant to some extent, but they're becoming less relevant. And what's becoming extremely important is speed and design and speed of upload. And that's going to come down to your file size, making sure things are optimized, making sure your scripts are done correctly. Google's becoming smarter. Their algorithm is becoming smarter, and they're not going to reward the person that just has the word lawn care, landscaping with a bunch of zip codes. They're going to start cracking down on and getting smart to this stuff. All right, I'm going to show you now a couple lawn care web design websites. Let me go ahead and show you these. So this is lawncarewebdesign.com. We can build these for you. We can build websites for you. And again, regardless if you use this or not, I need you to talk to your web developer, the person who designed your site, and say, hey, how are these things going to affect us? And talk to them in July and just say, hey, what happened with Google in the past month? Do we need to change anything? This is what we do at Lawn Care Web Design. Every single quarter when Google comes out, we do SEO for you. A lot of times people are like, hey, do I need to get an SEO firm and get you to build a website? No, we do all of that for you. It's all included in the price, okay? So this is lawncarewebdesign.com. I'm not going to go through the whole site. You can go through it. What I want to show you is some of our recent websites we've made. So they're all optimized really well for mobile. So we already went through Augusta, but let's go ahead and go through, let's preview the site for GeForce here. So you can see here, again, this person decided they didn't want a contact form above the fold. They're not going to have an issue. Another thing that Google has been looking into last year, we had to change on all the sites, is this accessibility button. Google is starting to really emphasize the fact that they want their sites to be accessible to people that are deaf, that have trouble with vision, etc. So by having this accessibility tab on all of our sites, we're able to do things like bigger text immediately, right? We're able to do text spacing for people that have problems with vision. All right. For dyslexia friendly, we can change this stuff all directly inside of this tool. And again, this is also included in our design. But regardless if you use the Lawn Care Web Design, you need to have this stuff. You need to be staying on the edge of what Google is changing. You can't just leave your site, set it, oh, great picture, great video, and we're done. Okay. So this is GeForce. You can see they have their estimate request form right here. Down here, they have other different types of services they offer. Looks like these are more stock footage, stock pictures. If you have pictures, if you have video, we can absolutely put that inside of your website. So for example, each one of their services has its own page. Very important from an SEO keyword standpoint. But again, keywords are important. That's one part of it. But there's now these design elements that are becoming more and more important. Let's look at a couple other of these websites here. Let's look at Rodriguez Landscaping. All right, so this one has a video in the background. Looks like leaf cleanup. Again, this is a part where we'd be saying, hey, look, you got a bunch of leaves in the background. Can you send us a video that shows more stuff in the spring, for example? Like this is a video obviously taken in the fall. And what a lot of times people are like, well, I don't have a professional video camera. That's fine. We always recommend getting the Osmo, the DJI Osmo. It's like $120. It's the Osmo 4. You throw that onto your phone and you can create great videos just like this one. So all of these videos that are made by Lawn Care Web Design, our clients, we basically always recommend, hey, go get your cell phone and get an Osmo 4. It's like $120 and it will dramatically increase the just the look and feel of your website. Again, you can see the accessibility tab. This person sells more like packages and monthly packages like gold, silver, bronze, etc. They provided their own photos. That's awesome. We love that. So like view our services. Let's see, packages, monthly packages. So every one of our sites are custom. We really work with you through this. And a lot of the elements in terms of like the accessibility tab, a lot of the contact forms, they look the same, but we really go through this one by one with you and make sure it's exactly what you want. We kind of start with a certain template, and then you can work with us on this. So like, for example, this person has a little more in depth in terms of packages and all the rest of it. Let's look through some more of these. So you can go to lawncarewebdesign.com, see some of these sites that are being made all year long, affordable, mowing, fast track lawn. I don't think I've seen this one actually since it was done. Oh yeah, I did. Yep. So again, really how the look and feel that you're looking for is what we can make it, right? And again, we are looking for the design elements, the thing that Google is changing, what's happening, what is different about, like it's going to happen in June. The next 2 to 3 weeks, they're going to make a release, and we're already testing, and we are testing between different websites so that when the change happens, we can immediately see the impact it has on their SEO and see what the best practices are. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but there's a whole bunch of different websites on here that we have built, and I really, really recommend this. Like, I know it's $399 a month, right? I know that's not cheap. You can definitely go out and get someone to do this for a one-time, $3,000 to $5,000, or potentially you could have someone do maybe even like $100, $200 a month. But what you're not getting is the fact that you make all these changes. Like the unlimited monthly website changes is underrated. The fact that you can just send us a picture and we'll change it. Like, for example, that video in the background of Rodriguez Landscaping, if you took a video in spring and said, hey, I want this video up now, we would change it for you. There's no extra charges for that. That's why I'm against the whole like, oh, I'll just spend $3,000 or $5,000, build the website, and then it looks good and we're done and we're good to go. In my opinion, like with SEO changing so quickly with Google and optimization to mobile devices, you need to be able to have where you're constantly changing things according to the time of year and according to what the algorithm is wanting. All right, so that's just kind of a little quick video I wanted to make for you. There are some big changes coming. I really would recommend lawncarewebdesign.com. There's no contract, right? So some people are like, well, are you gonna like try to like get me on the phone and be like, oh no, you shouldn't do this? No, we don't. There's been 2 people out of the 45 that used lawncarewebdesign.com. There's been 2 that have canceled, and you can ask them. I guess you can't because you don't know who they are. But we didn't like coerce them. We're like, oh no, like you should stay a couple more months. Like we canceled them right away. One person, they were moving out of town and switched to a different business altogether in a different estate. The other person, they were a solo operator, and they're like, look, it's not worth it for me to spend $400 a month. I'm solo. I can't take a lot more work on anyways. And we agreed with them. All right. So trust me, this is a great deal. I highly, highly recommend taking a look at lawncarewebdesign.com. Our team is very proficient at Google SEO as well as design. And I'd really recommend it. And if you don't, that's fine. But talk to your web designer. Make sure that you're changing at least once a year things on your website. At least every quarter when Google updates their algorithm, you're making changes to optimize the site for those changes. All right, I'm gonna hop into some questions here. Okay, H Progressive. If you guys have a question about website, Google, SEO stuff, feel free to chat in here. I'll answer a couple questions and then bounce. Yes, you need the website to be mobile capable. Yes, very important. I used to have a website, but I didn't have any boost. Writing in notes. Yeah, speed and design are the 2 big things. And again, the reason is because the data and the bandwidth of internet in a lot of the developing countries where Google is trying to grow, they don't have 5G. They do not have, Ethernet. They do not have high-speed internet. And so they've got to make sure that those sites load quickly. All right. See here if there's any other questions I can answer. Let's see here. There's no sound. That's not good. I sure hope you got sound. Look at mine. Essential lawn care and landscaping. All right, let's go ahead and look at someone's website. Let's go. Can you give me the actual, Britt, can you give me the actual URL just so I don't mess anything up here? But yeah, if you guys have your own website, I'd be happy to look at it right now too and just kind of give you my 2 cents overlook on it. Evergreen, if you want to, or not Evergreen, sorry. If Essential, if you want to send me your direct link, I'll type it in and actually look at it live here. What time is it there? Right now it is almost 8 o'clock, just at Command Center. They're doing training today. How to get the accessibility button. If you go back in the chat once it's posted, you'll probably see the plugin that we use. Feel free to talk to your designer and get that involved as well. Britt, yeah, Britt, I know we did it, but I don't want to be fumbling around on Google trying to find it. Essential, let's see here, Essential lawn mowing. I forget your exact URL, that's my problem. Essential lawn mowing. I know it's something else that I remember this one. Yeah, if you can give me the direct URL, I'll pull it up. Sorry about that, Britt. You finished about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, Britt, so sorry, it's not on the Lawn Care Web Design page, but if you give me the exact URL, I will pull it up. And anyone else that even if you don't use Lawn Care Web Design, want me to look at your site, feel free to post. Good question here by Derby Guyify. If we stop using Lawn Care Web Design, do we keep the domain and design? You do not keep the design. That's the part that we would keep. But what I would recommend is go buy your domain and then just give us access to it. So that way, if you ever stop with us, you'd still have your domain. But the design part, yes, that's what we do. That's our business, right? And so that's how we pay the bills, and that's how we make sure that constant improvements are made. I've been using the free Wix version. Is it worth getting one professionally made? I would say it is if you're trying to grow and expand, right? If you're solo, if you're happy, you have a lot of lawn jobs already, don't worry about it. Like if you're happy with just word of mouth, but if you're trying to grow, then I would. Yes, it's extremely imperative. I talked to someone today on a coaching call, and they've been spending like $2,000 to $3,000 a month on Facebook, Google, etc., but they don't have a website. I was like, look, your conversion ratio is going to be much higher. Your customer acquisition cost is going to be much lower if you're running digital ads to a website versus just call now. So again, if you're running digital ads, you should absolutely have a good looking website, because people, I don't have my phone on me. But people right now, when they're looking through Facebook, they're doing it in the bathroom. They're doing it in the office. They're doing it in a restaurant. They're not going to click call now. So you've got to be aware of where those people are seeing your ads, and the fact that they're not going to call you. They're going to want to go to your website, fill out a quick contact form, and ask for an estimate. So if you're wanting to grow, that's when I would recommend the website. That's professional. If you're just trying to kind of make like a online business card, which again, SEO is cracking down on that big time. But if you just want to make it to where there's a URL and it goes there, you can do this for really cheap, guys. Like 20, 30, 40 bucks to have a decent design on Wix, like he was mentioning here, or even the free version. Yeah, like you're looking at 10, 15 bucks a month for domain. It's cheap. Do that. You'd only go to something like Lawn Care Web Design where you want constant improvements, videos and pictures updated consistently, and we're looking at SEO all the time. And you're only going to be able to do that and want to do that. It's only worth it if you're trying to grow. Oh, Zachary. Yeah, we built Zachary's website. Let me put in his here real quick. Hartford Lawn. Actually, yours was on the page here. Let me pull it up. Our work. Yeah, the owl. The owl. Let's see here. Let's see here. Preview. There we go. So this is Zachary's website. By the way, Zachary's been killing it. A lot of his success is attributed to his hard work. Throughout the winter, he's getting everything ready, and he's had a great plan going into this spring. So this is his site. He has this really cool owl. I love it. And then we kind of match the little logos to kind of fit along with his little guy there. What I would love to see, Zachary, is this being a video in the background. And again, I would highly recommend for anyone out there, if you have an iPhone, if you have a good Galaxy, get that thing, get an Osmo 4 from DJI. It's $120. It's a gimbal for your phone. It is going to dramatically improve the production value of that video, and it looks great. It will get you 95% of the way to this. Like, this is high quality video, a big Ronin, gimbal and all the rest of it. You don't need that, all right? But it will absolutely get you this in the background, okay? And what I would recommend even further, Zachary, because I know you're great and you'll do this, I would do 2 to 3 videos, one for like fall services and one for spring. Better yet, a spring, fall, summer, winter. Give us the 4 files and we'll make sure it's changed, or just send us a new one. You take one out of the field every few months, spend a weekend, pop it up there. We can do that for you. I would recommend that for you. That'd be my first thing on this one, Zachary. In terms of other things, let's see here. I like the simplicity of it. I would like this to be a picture of your team and your uniforms. Like, your brand is this owl and whatever your trucks look like and your employees. So I would love, instead of the house, like this is any house, we want to be able to brand, right? So again, with lawncarewebdesign.com, we're going to use stock footage, stock pictures if you don't have anything, but ideally we get that content from you, because then it looks really authentic to you, your brand, etc. All right, let's pull this bad boy up. Let's see here. How many staff members you have for webcam design for customer service? You mean Lawn Care Web Design? We just have a few on our team for Lawn Care Web Design. I don't build your sites, but every quarter I look at them. And we look at things that can be improved from an SEO standpoint. And so this quarter, the big one is the Google changes that they're coming up with around speed. I'm not sure the links are going through, but it's essentiallawncarelandscaping.com. Oh, okay, let's pull it up. Essential lawn and landscaping.com. Oh, I typed something in wrong. What is it? What is it? What is it? Lawn care and landscaping. Lawn care. I forgot the care part. There it is. Okay, let me share this screen with you guys. Oh, I am sharing it with you. Why is it not showing it to you? Oh, there it is. Oh, I closed it. Michael. Let's pull it out. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to show this one to you. And if you guys have a site, I'd love to look at them and just give my 2 cents. Let me take this screen off and start a new one. Boom. Share screen. Window. There it is. Okay, so Essential Lawn Care and Landscaping. Yes, this one we made just a few weeks ago for Britt and his team in Wichita, Kansas. And let's see here. Yeah, the simplicity of this is great. I love the contact form when it is above the fold. So before they start having to scroll, it's right here. I don't like when this is like at the bottom of the page. Why would you put a contact form down here? Okay, this looks great. Again, I can't overemphasize, try to brand yourself with your crew, your pictures. Like any house doesn't do anything for your brand. What's going to be branding is your logo, is your trucks, is your employees. So again, there's the accessibility. By the way, whoever had asked, it's by userway.org. That's the plugin we use for those. They're really great. But yeah, let's see here. There's all the services. Again, you can see as part of the URL, it's in there as a page title. So it helps from the keyword aspect. It's still SEO is still heavily based on, titles. And for example, we always make sure it's very clear, like Wichita, Kansas. It's clear where this person's serving. If that one part was taken away here, I could be at anyone in the country and not know where they're coming from. And that's why people get leads from like all over an entire state, because they're ranking across their entire state because they don't have SEO governed to their specific city or territory, the place that they actually want to serve. Okay. So for example, you can see here, I went over the tab. It has lawn care and mowing. That's the 2 things they do the most of. In Wichita, Kansas, landscaper, sod and mulch install, and we started listing off services from an SEO standpoint. SEO is still important. It's still throughout all of this, but it's still going to be a matter of design, and speed is becoming more and more important. All right. What was the name of the camera again? So Zachary, it's not a camera, it's a gimbal for your phone, and it's called an Osmo 4 from DJI. It's about 120 bucks. It's worth every penny in terms of the production value it will add to your site. Content on my site is back from when I was still push mowing my first few months when I was 14 last summer. That's awesome. Good job, Travion. So you're solo, right? So you're still trying to grow and get things started. There's no problem with being 15 years old, having a site that's the same. It's again, if you're trying to grow the company, build it up to be really professional and have that look, that's when it's going to be important. Awesome. Brandon, very cool. You got it for your site. Awesome. Done. Zachary, I look forward to seeing it. Send me a link once it's up. We're going to try to focus on, yeah, Carlos. So Carlos was Rodriguez Landscaping. I would recommend, Carlos, that you have a different video or picture in the background based upon the time of year. Your opening video, let me just go back to it, is, let me remove this. Cancel that screen and add a new one in. So again, on Rodriguez Landscaping website here, I'm not bagging on him. I love him, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. His opening video, too many tabs now. Here we go. His opening video, right when we open up the page, in the background, this video is shot in the winter, and this is the first shot, is a whole bunch of leaves. That's in the fall, right there. So I want this to be more contextual to the time of year. So at Augusta Lawn Care, we change the background video 4 times a year based upon this contextual aspect. Like, we're not going to focus on leaf cleanup in the video in the middle of spring when we need to be focusing on fertilization and getting new mowing customers, etc. What about videos that don't load automatically? This will be an issue. This will be a very big issue in the case of SEO, we believe. Again, a lot of stuff I talked about, there's going to be, some of those could be massive. Some of those might be very mild, but that's the direction we think they're headed in. So for example, if the video is a big enough issue, because we're going to have to balance the fact that we love the video. in the background like this one. And we're gonna have to balance that with like the speed element. So where's the balance, right? So that's why we're gonna be split testing a bunch of the lawn care web design sites to see what are they putting their weight on. They're not gonna tell us. We don't call Google like, hey, what's better? That doesn't happen. We have to split test them and see, okay, if we did a video and we're gonna show without a video to other people, how much faster is it? How much well does it rank? That's what we're looking for. But in terms of this Liam, I highly recommend that you not have a video that doesn't automatically play above the fold of your website, because someone has to click on it. It's also a script in the background that takes a long time to load, and from a speed element, slows down your website dramatically. Okay, so it took us a while to even figure out how to compress these videos to be able to, where they play fast, they don't take a lot of data, and they play well on mobile. But if you can't do that and you have to have where you push play, try to make the player automatically start. You can do this on YouTube when you get the embedded code, make it where it starts automatically. That will help on this element. And it helps us from a customer design standpoint. It looks dumb and kind of clunky if they have to push play. So, see here, any insight on our site? Liam, can you give me the URL and I will take a look at it? All right, we got, oh yeah, here we go. YarddogslawnCare.ca. I'm guessing it's CA, not Canada. Let me try to pull it up here. YarddogslawnCare.ca. I love looking at lawn care websites. Oh, it is .Canada, it looks like. Canada. Oh, we're having a problem. Oh, there it is. It is .ca. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Oh, you're already with me. Cool. All right, so I love this picture, but it does not scream lawn care to me. Unless this is not lawn care. Maybe this is dog stuff. 1 second. Oh, it is lawn care. So I'm a little bit confused just by the overall branding, right? So I love the pictures of kids. I love that you have a chat widget. Let's go. Although, yeah, there we go. But why are we having pictures of the kids? We want lawn care. We want landscape. We want your guys in their uniform. We want to see mowers. This will be penalized. The pop-up will be penalized. Although I like this. This is cool. But again, it's considered intrusive because as soon as I went up, that's when it popped up. If this could be automatic, Liam, to where it's playing automatically, that'd be great because I'm assuming it's a great video. Yeah, oh, this is awesome. We got to watch this. Yeah, so you're oh, yeah, this is great. In your yard by making your lawn a beautiful. I love this. I love this. Okay. A couple issues I have with it is when I'm playing the video, it's taking over my website. So I'm trying to scroll right now. I can't scroll down while this video is playing. I don't like that. Like right now, I'm trying to scroll on this website. I can't go down and fill out your contact form while the video is playing. So the player needs to be dragged out of the script of the site. I love the video. This is a very professional. Oh, yes. Let's go. Every season, we work with historical data to create. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I love that. That's a great website. My problem is I cannot, I'm trying to scroll here. I can't see anything else but this video because it's a script outside of the actual code page. Anyways, I love the video. I hate the fact that now I've got to click around and look at there. So if I click out of the video, then it comes back to this page. I would much rather have a contact form up top here, somewhere close to the top. Yeah, I think the branding here is too much around the dogs if you don't have a picture of your crew, your trucks, or the mowers in the background here. Like I really think if you took this picture of the family and just made it a picture, that drone shot of your truck showing what your truck looks like and all that, that would be great. It screamed lawn care to me because like if I look at just your logo here and this front page, this could very well be a dog daycare, right? I'm not bashing you. By the way, I love everyone just being able to be able to take good critical feedback, but like that's my opinion, right? I could be completely wrong. Can't put the URL in for some reason. It's okay, Liam. Yeah, you can't. Sorry, I think this StreamYard doesn't allow you to put a URL in just for they think it's a scam or whatever. So what you did there is perfect. Carlos, that is it. You are exactly right, 100%. It's the best $120 you'll ever spend. It's better than spending $5,000 to go get a camera crew for a day. Trust me that. And it'll do like 95% of the quality. What about the Google verified local provider? Yeah, that's through Google Local Services, completely separate. And when you sign up, as of next week, when people sign up for Lawn Care Web Design, I'm actually making a video and attaching for every new person and walking you through how to set up your lawn care, or sorry, your Google My Business page, getting the reviews and setting up that, because that's a big piece of SEO. It's becoming even more and more. That's been for the past like 12 to 24 months, becoming bigger and bigger part of SEO. Because like when we open up a site, like when we open up Google, let's do a lawn care. Let's do like, oh my goodness. Let's do Chicago, Illinois. Lawn care in Chicago, Illinois. So when I search this, and you can do this for your local area, okay? Let me do a different place. Let me do, because I'm not seeing one thing I want to show everyone. Let's do Buffalo, New York. Okay, this works. Beautiful. Okay, so when you're looking here, this top part, this is Google Local Services. This is where you get a Google guarantee. These are paid for, and they're recorded phone calls from Google, okay? This right here is Google Ads. This right here is Google My Business. All the way down here is native search on Google SEO. So yes, SEO is very important, but what's even better is being right here, because it's free. You don't have to pay to be here. What you do have to do is have a really fast website and a Google My Business page that's set up really good. So if you take nothing away from tonight and you're like, I can't spend a single dollar, go set up a Google My Business page. Put pictures on it, put your hours on it, put your services on it, keep it up to date with photos every day. Every day we post for the franchisees on their Facebook page and their Instagram page. We also post on their Google page for them, just to give Google the content. Google is like a behemoth of data. They love data. So we want to give them as much data as possible. All right. So again, Google Local Services. This is Google Ads, totally different platform. It's just like search. Then Google My Business. And it shows Google Maps, which is based upon Google My Business. And then your search. If you look at this, for example, we got Lawn Starter, Yelp, and then TruGreen. Literally the first real website. Let's just open this one up. Seasonal Lawn Care. I'm going to assume it's a really good site because it's Buffalo. It's a big outdoor, big market. Yeah, it's a great website here. I love it. This is a great website. Fantastic website. The only thing I would say, I'd like to know who they're servicing. Right here, like I don't know they're in Buffalo. Who do you service? Right? Like if I go over their website name, even their title right now, Seasonal Lawn, it doesn't have the zip codes, it doesn't have the city names, it doesn't even have the services. All right. So these are the things we look for when we're at Lawn Care Web Design, try to improve the scissor tape. Okay, I'll try to type this in. Sorry, I thought this was gonna be like a 10-minute video. I thought no one would hop on here, so I'm glad. Offerings of value. Tail turf. I thought this was gonna be like one of those boring ones that no one hops on live for. Okay, let's go. Cool. I like the form. This looks like HTML based upon. I would change your logo. Honestly, that's just me. Unless there's some sort of connection that you have personally to it, I would definitely change the logo. It doesn't tell a story. It doesn't have very good brand. It's tough to put on trucks. It's tough to remember. Keep the name maybe, but the logo I would change. Like if you're really into like the tail, I guess, of the bird, I would definitely recommend trying to simplify it, make it where the bird is bigger, make it more recognizable, somehow integrate the lawn a little bit more there. I would make it where this is clickable. This is your phone number. On a mobile device, you should be able to tap on the phone number and call. You can't. I know that because if it's not clickable on a desktop, it means it's not tappable on a mobile device. So again, you're going to get dinged for the fact that it's not mobile friendly. I like the fact that you have where servicing up here, Owasso, Oklahoma. If you could add in the different services that you're doing in the title of the page, it'd also be helpful. Lawn care, landscaping, whatever you might be doing. This is all good. It looks like you're integrating this with a website, which might slow it down a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, this is like the most stock image used in this industry. Every time I see it, I want to throw up because everyone uses it. Along with the other one with like the red zero turn, everyone uses it. Don't use stock images, okay? Go get some good pictures with a smartphone. If you have an iPhone 11 or 12, like those pictures are great. Use those. Like show your truck, show your guys out in the field. It'd be cool if there was a little bit of animation on these when these can fly in just from a design element, but I like the fact that it looks like these are your guys. This one here, at least. This is your photo, I can tell. This looks like your photo. This one's stock. This one's stock. People can tell. Like, people can tell, trust me. This one here, for example, that's a stock image, and furthermore, that's probably TrueGreen. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of galleries because at the end of the day, if it's not showing the brand, what use is it? It's just lawn stripes. You could tear this off of any Google site. And based upon my thought pattern, this one looks like it's from, maybe you have taken these. It looks like you've taken these, but like, it doesn't add any value to the customer or the brand. Like, get a picture of your crew, your trucks. That's what you really want to focus on. This contact form, cool, but just stick with this. All this down here is going to add more time for the site to load, and there's a lot of scripts. You also have double text here. This policy, privacy policy, is submitted twice there. There's a lot of dead space right here. You can move these tags all up here just to shorten the script length of this homepage. It'll speed up the site for loading. TrueLawnCare.com. Let's try this one. True Lawn Care. A bit of a tongue twister. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is a site made, Wix.com. Yeah, so this is a site that is just fine if you're solo, if you're running ads on Craigslist, if you don't have any intention of growing and you just want a place for someone to find you online. This is not optimized for mobile. I can tell because I have to scroll to the right and left. Whoa. And that sort of thing happens when you have to scroll on a page. This is a JPEG, or sorry, a PNG file that's very low in its resolution. It's not designed well, right? Like this is free. This is why Wix is free. Okay, so again, this is going to be just fine if you are just trying to make the business card be online, etc. But it's not going to drive leads. There's no contact form here. These pictures don't tell me anything. The text is probably fine. I'm just not reading that as a customer. I'm looking at one thing. Oh, the images is like out of whack. I can't see anything. Like this is a dead part of the page. I don't see anything valuable right here. There's nothing valuable. Okay. And again, I'm not being hard on you. I'm just hoping this helps. So don't take it wrong. Let's see here. A lot of your other questions, for those of you asking, I'm just going to try to focus on the website side of stuff tonight. Okay. Green gown. Let's see here. greengroundsservices.com. greengroundsservices.com. This is so fun. Thanks for hopping on here, everyone. I really thought there'd be like 10 people on here. What's the Facebook page link? I guess you're talking about Lawn Care Web Design, I'm assuming. LawnCareWebDesign.com is the page URL. All right, let's check out Green Grounds. All right. Ooh, I like that. I love your truck van things. Oh, I like that so much. Okay. If this could be a higher quality picture, that would be nice. It's just a little bit grainy. Okay, cool. You got your video down here. I love that. Very cool. Looks like you use Service Autopilot. Oh, I like this. That's very cool. 100% great services. That's great. So Utah County is who you're serving. Yeah, this is your brand right here. This needs to be all over your website because this is what people are going to remember you for. It's your unique selling proposition. I love the fact that your telephone number is clickable. On a mobile device, I can tap it and call you right away. Your front page is getting long. You're trying to put too much on your front page, in my opinion. Just split this up onto different pages. Right now, you're trying to do too much on this first page. It's very long. Just make it where when people get here, they see a little bit more than the top of your van. Like if I was you, like see all the sky in this picture? I'd cut that all out so that your truck was visible above the fold, your van thing. And then I would move all this text off to one side and move this part up to the top right, so it's visible right when they come to the website. So you're trying to cook a lot of fish here with trying all these different areas. I would personally go after a few instead of that many, just in terms of SEO and trying to actually dominate in those areas. That being said, you might be a massive business for all I know, and serving all of those really well. But if you're not, if you're under $1 million in revenue, I would double down on a few of these instead of trying to rank in all of them. Because when you have this many, like what you've done here, you spread yourself out in terms of SEO because you can't mention that word in this text. Like, for example, if you're going after one city, you can mention it. Like, if for any reason you feel like you're not absolutely positive 100% happy with it, I will not be happy either. If all residents of, what's the place you're serving? Of Salt Lake County, we consider you family. Like, if you can keep saying that throughout your website, making it personal to them, right? So, but I would definitely double down on the fact that van is your brand. Cut out all this sky so you can see it when you open up the website. Scrunch all of this text. Can you see my cursor when I'm doing all this stuff? Ah, you can. Beautiful. Scrunch all of this text off to this corner here, I would say, because you already have the logo here. You don't need to have this massive one here. Push this all white text here, and then take this square of this plugin that you have. Cool. Punch that in so that it is over on the right-hand side here, but then your van is in the background right above the fold. So do you think you need a phone number above the fold? I think so, in my opinion, because someone is still going to go to your mobile. I'm not so concerned about having your phone number appear on a desktop. Like, people find it, they might type it in, but mobile is where you're getting most of it. That's why you want it clickable, right? So it's important. All right, everyone. I got to bounce to my next meeting. Thank you so much for being here. Please, 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 I would really recommend and really, really appreciate if you checked out lawncarewebdesign.com. We would do your design and SEO for you, constant updates. And again, we do not pressure you if you're trying to cancel. All right. Trust me, I'm not into that stuff. If you say, hey, it's just not working for me, I tried it for 6 months or a year, it's just not as good as I thought, etc. We're not going to question you like, hey, what did you do? Can we do anything more? Get me on a phone call. I don't do that. If you say you cancel, we're just going to cancel your subscription. Okay. So we know it takes us about a year to recoup our costs of the build out. And then we make, I'm just being honest, we make about 140 to 145 right now per month after that on our when people subscribe to lawncarewebdesign.com. And every single dollar of this stuff goes directly back into the content. So that's why I kind of have to have these shameless plugs occasionally, because we need money for the content. Keep making it better. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your support. And those of you who have signed up for lawncarewebdesign.com, can't appreciate you enough. That solid, consistent income that we make from that is what gives me the confidence to hire like Danny and Zach and Brady and like really build up the media side. As you've been seeing, and as you will see in the next month, we're making some really cool stuff from the media side of things. And it's only because of you guys and my confidence with Lawn Care Web Design, because I know it's consistent money. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you share it with someone else. Have a great evening.